we're so fortunate, and we feel so just thrilled that our other children are going to grow up as Joe's big sister. Their whole life is going to be informed by this experience. But it is really hard to equip your children with engaging with people who are different than you if you don't have it in close proximity.
If the spaces aren't welcoming to kids with other mobility differences or learning differences, then your kids aren't gonna meet other children. In our household, it ends up looking like reading a lot of books about lots of different scenarios, but at the end of the day, there's nothing like a face-to-face with a kid who's just very different from you, to break down those barriers and any scariness or, that just puts a face to it, and they realize, oh, we can be friends.
So we have kids run up to, we're in the library or some other place, and Joe's in a wheelchair, and some kid runs up and says, "What's wrong with her?" And so we want to give all the benefit of the doubt and the grace in the world to say, well, nothing's wrong with her, but this is how she gets around. She uses a chair and her sister doesn't, and and we just try to answer it that way and kind of move through that conversation that way. I do wish, though, that we could have a bigger and more thorough conversation as parents of young children, to not put it on the kid to go discover that. But at the same time, I don't want kids to be afraid to ask the question. You can't just create things for your own experience. You have to create things for the most people possible. The thing that's always funny to me about it, a busted up sidewalk, so kids are trick-or-treating, it's a busted up sidewalk. Well, that's not just bad for Joe in a wheelchair. That's bad for the kid the next spring learning how to ride a bike. That's bad for his grandmother wanting to go for a walk in the neighborhood and not being able to navigate the terrain. It's bad for almost everyone. And it's bad for it's bad for shoveling snow in the winter, because you're not going to shovel past it, and then it becomes this big icy patch, and someone as able-bodied as anyone else goes and slips. And so to me, I think it's all interconnected more than we even realize.